Here at the bus station, Oldea Road and 13500 block. Here's a card here that's on placed here for the JW organization. I've seen these before 2 years ago when I was living here full time. It looks like it's the same guy putting it up here. On my brief drive down here to the shopping center, I got a good service basically from the guy at the store there, Indo guy. Anyways, someone in the last 48 hours has smashed the bus shelter window at 64th and King George Highway, breaking it. It's not really noticeable, but the next one farther down the street north, someone just pounded on it, and it looks like they set a fire there too. Although the fire could have been from a previous time, just like this one was once. Surrey Muni guy waved hi to me. That was nice. Time to get on with my day. I had something like 8 hours sleep. That's good. If you follow biker news at all, the police are sending warnings in Alberta saying the Satan's Choice is moving in and it could cause problems with the Hells Angels and others. We'll see how that plays out. The leader of that, Mr. Goydwin, is a well-respected name in 1% circles, but someone walked into his store in Ontario and started blasting off bullets, and he took off to Asia, and he says, we're not in a gang war, we're not in a gang war. I don't know if he's still in Asia or not, but if you're the big head cheese during the big expansion and you're taking off to another continent, that's a different way to do it. But like, hey, if you can run a gang from a prison, you can run a gang from a foreign country. Weather is nice here in Surrey. The BC Conservatives have kicked a member of their party out. She's already sitting as an independent, but they formally kicked her out after she voted for an NDP motion. Okay. I hope Mrs. Finley wins the party leadership. I made 2 small donations to her. She successfully fought as a private citizen because she's a lawyer. A Musqueam band when they tried to take control of their property there, and she won. I used to live in Richmond, BC, 22 years total. And the court shouldn't be given private property to an Indian band, as they did in Cowichan versus Richmond. Like, you're supposed to pay those people, and their Canada does have treaty obligations, honor the treaties, pay them cash money, or give them crown land, government land. There's lots of government land in Richmond. Bleeps loads of it. Vote for Linda Annis of Mayor of Surrey. Overnight in Surrey, 2 people were murdered in a parkade. The one guy almost got away. Well, I don't know about almost. He ran from this parkade but was followed and shot dead. Day before that, also in Newton, 2 people critically wounded at the Chevron at 152 and King George Highway. I know that Kwantlen Sweet store that's just a couple 30-second walk away from it. Every time I go in there, it's crime this, crime that. We got cocaine. Gangsters don't pay for pop, blah, blah, blah. Totally crimed up. In both the news stories, there's no description of the suspects at all, or for that matter, even the victims. Which, come on, media, do better. Oddly enough, Councilman Doug Elford of Surrey saw the parkade shooting as one of several eyewitnesses who gave a report. He says his neighborhood had problems in the past with rolling gun battles, and he says he hopes it doesn't happen again. Some people on social media once were saying that when they were teenagers, Elford and his brother used to bootleg a beer in Richmond. So I asked him about it by an email, and he replied, yes, it's true. And Okay, good. You did something you shouldn't have done, and you admit it now. Okay, good. But why did you sell beer to us at South Arb? We weren't good enough to buy your beer? Just kidding. I am now sober 4 years and 5 months. Have a great day, sir. When I blew back into town here in Surrey, some guy at the McDonald's was trying to say I was a racist. He said, "You better not give me any back talk," so I gave him the middle finger. His partner there at the McDonald's wasn't saying a word, just having his coffee or whatever. We got to ramp up the deportations in this country. Carney's done a good thing on that. When he took power, it was 240 a week. We're getting deported. Now he's got it up 40% to 400 a week. Good start, good start. Let's get up to 4,000 by the end of summer. I just saw on the news that the Maple Ridge Food Bank has empty shelves. Same day news, they busted an illegal casino there in Maple Ridge. There's 2.3 million people using food banks in this country. I saw a homeless guy today pushing his shopping cart along with his buddy with him. We got 6.9% unemployment, and it's slowly going up. Yeah, like, why are we bringing in more people? We got to lower the population. These are not good economic times. No, not at all. Today, when I was at the Canada Inn, some guys were talking about their gang this, their gang that, as they filled up their vehicle with various stuff. And then he added, "We don't go to cops." So I don't know these guys. I can't say anything about them. But I point out that Jeremy Nathan Dyke, who used to live there in Newton behind the King George Mall there in the rental apartment with his mummy, he was dealing coke in both Wally and at Kelly's pub, threatening people. He threatened me with a baseball bat. Another time he threatened me with brass knuckles. That time there were 6 witnesses, including 2 on-duty BSL security guards, and he went running straight to the cops when I defended myself. I hear he's been raped by people. I've mentioned this before. One of those people that told me to my face that he raped Jeremy, he's posted to the Van Dot General group of Google Groups. I'm not going to be any more specific than that. But that Ted Librarian guy who calls himself Goebbels of all things is always talking HA this, HA that up there in... I think it's Duncan or Campbell River. Good grief. I move around so much. Duncan, actually. He referred to the guy by name and said he's an out-of-control animal. He's also honest enough to admit that he would never drink with any HA people. Like what he called the real HA. So good for you. You know your limitations. Yeah, they ought to fire the whole library board out there and at least half the staff. Millie, bald-headed lesbian, was talking about my cell phone getting stolen in Campbell River, and she said she knew the people who did it. She also expressed a fear. Like, I don't know why she would do that. She said she feared the East Van Gang. No one else ever mentioned the East Van Gang. Why would you admit to your fear of a certain gang? Various people showed up at the library and they heard this goings on. They said there was a security guard there. There was an incident. He called the cops and 3 RCMP took the problem guy away, and he was being really loud. And he said loudly, the security guard did, "This is the worst run library I've ever seen in my life." Other days, people would walk out of the library and say, the library set is shit, excuse my French. Yeah, it was just hooped. And most of the people there, like, I hardly ever saw anyone take books out. It's like a babysitting service for people on welfare, HA people. Yeah, just ridiculous. In 22 days there, they kicked out 3 different people in the library. I've been a regular at libraries all my life, And I've never seen that many people kicked out of a library in such a short span. Oh well, might as well get on with my day. And a pickleball court's showing up this place where they used to give us COVID shots. Right on.